I don't help me, she. Yeah, good man. I want to hear about it. If you own a pattern, as long as I'm not have to explain how to come by it, that's all I know how to do. That's the way, you know, that's what we keep beating. When you talk to them, are clever. I'm sure they say me more clever. How you come by the idea? I mean, okay, you have the pattern. How did you acquire my stuff? Breaking and entering is still classified as theft. Whether you people register the pattern or not, it's still stealing. Still stealing. There's nobody to tell about my ideas, so how did I acquire it? You know what I mean? And that's what I'm have to do is make sure you say, ask you know how they come by, how they didn't get it. How they didn't get my idea. How do you know I'm putting on my juice? How do you know all of these things? Because if you don't have a camera and recording device in the house, how are you acquiring this information? See, in a courtroom, that will be a major issue for you. Anyhow, how do you acquire that? Because if it's proven that we don't have camera in here, I certainly not record it and put it on anything. And either way, how do you get onto my device? So I guess a hacking scandal and theft, and which is going to fuck up the whole idea industry and how people are allowed to obtain ideas. Mm. I guess I'm gonna screw that up too, innit? And people like when I think smart. People I think smart. I wanna come by the idea, yeah. Because when they didn't invent it, given that British people, would have no reason to invent some of these things. But inventions are always needs based, needs necessary based. So like when Edison claiming acquire and invent the bulb, it's because nobody had bulbs. Me created natural remedies for myself. This country is a pharmaceutical based country where they solely believe in pharmacy stuff. So exactly how did a pharmaceutical based country where 80 percent of the country take some sort of medication at some point in their lives. Turn to natural remedy. How did that happen? Like, good luck, police, but taking personal, all the things do. Very personal. You make me a black boy ring. All him want about him a try to get in contact with me. Prove it. Anybody can send a message. All of you pussies are there. I'm proving that reports can easily be falsified. The easiest thing. So tell him prove that he tried to message me. Whoever he is, why does he don't want me have a number? Excuse me, we can phone him directly. And why does he have my direct number? The law don't work like that. Why does he have my direct number? But I don't have a direct number for him. So if I have a crisis, I can just pick up my phone and call him. I have to call through the office and then they might say, oh, we let him phone you, but I don't sound like it makes sense based on the job he's trying to claim he does. Yeah, simple, innit? You can't win on a try this police. Simple, innit? I never think that would have been a problem, innit? A simple situation like that. Create a massive issue out of it. Why don't I have this man's personal work number? The support workers and anybody under them, so, anybody care coordinator, social service worker. You're supposed to have their personal work number. They're all giving cell phones. They're actually giving cell phones when they because they do a lot of their work outside in the field. So they are giving cell phones for a reason. I should have his personal cell phone. And the mere fact he doesn't want me to have his personal cell phone says a lot about what I'm up to. I mean, the mere fact he doesn't want me his personal cell phone, it means he doesn't want to be in it to be pinpointed. I cannot win when I try to ask the police for. When him say, oh, we tried to contact him, and I say, but why don't I have your personal number again? Because I don't know who. Show me how you contact me. Because I say, me go through my phone list and you see, you don't see any numbers ringing me. No numbers are ringing me. It's a brand new phone, police. But if you don't realize that, I'm not the smartest of people. A brand new phone, nobody is ringing me. No unaccounted number is ringing me. No number with me, no, but I don't have his number. Why would I not have my social worker's number? Because I should have a social worker. Why don't I have my social worker's number? My advocate's number. And what's the other one? And we call them boy. We call them. Yeah, social worker, advocate, and them boy from shit. What's it called? Care coordinator. Yeah. I should have all three of these numbers in case of a problem. See that big old fool. Like we say, I pray. I talk shit police, but I know exactly what I'm out here doing in these streets. Yeah. No one think me I talk shit because it's so to the rhetoric. But the reality is, I should have all three of them number. Anybody number I don't have what? Why is only the care coordinator trying to contact me? Why is the social worker not contacting me? And if I don't want to be contacted by them, I will be able to contact my advocate and tell them I don't want to be contacted by them, but there's no issue. Because the care coordinator is actually somebody who helps you source legal advice. At his very least or something. When you breach your rights, that's what the advocate is for. And I don't have the advocate's number, I don't have the care coordinator's number. Nor, obviously, I have to be assigned a social worker based on the situation. I don't have a social worker number. So who are these three people? That will go up on a big hieroglyphic poster. They say these people are coming into my house. Whatever they're claiming, I have no idea who any of them are. I think it's easy. I think it's so it look the way it looks and so simple. Because I can't even if I go and kick down somebody tomorrow out of madness. Simple as that. And my argument, simple my argument in our courtrooms was very frustrated going through a mental crisis according to these people. What do they want me to do? Do they want me to turn up to a hospital? Is that how it's meant to be done legally? You're supposed to have your social worker number, your care coordinator number, and your advocate number. You're supposed to be able to ring your advocate and any care coordinator or social worker that you trust. If them care coordinator breach your rights, you're supposed to be able to phone your advocate. Not only when you're inside of the hospital you have access to advocate. As long as you are registered under that system, you automatically have an advocate. Automatically. And it's very least you should trust one of them, your social worker or somebody, to ring them when you have some sort of crisis. Mm. When you have some sort of crisis, you should ring them. Simple as that white book. If you're unable to ring them, what? Means you don't have the numbers. So what's their intention? Their intention is to bring you to have you go to these hospitals and so them can change the rhetoric and say you turned up to the hospital with issues. But even so, why do they have to turn up there when these people are these carers and care workers? They're supposed to be at the hospital with you. So I guess that's where people like Brian was come into play. Innit? But there's no Brian now, so I guess what happened to what wanna do now? What did they do? What am I gonna do now? There's no Brian, there's no Delta, then what? Where are the care workers? I mean, where is the carer of this man? He's severely mentally ill. Where is he? I mean, this man is severely mentally ill. Where is his carers? Simple, innit? But everybody where? Now dream of that. Where is the care worker for this man? Because I ain't got no proof of any of that. I'm very sure nobody has seen me in contact with anybody. No chance. I can tell you no picture is going to be used here. No picture, especially in a hospital, definitely I know. I'm saying like an Indian bitch in an NHS uniform, tried it. That won't work out for me. Because who me come in with? Simple as that, who the fuck me come in with? And try something when you cannot get away. And I get a beating on top of it, yeah, trust me. We will get a beating for it. Trust me. And I talk about a physical beating for it. We'll get a fucking physical beating for that. No pictures will be used, yeah, the police will can tell you. can't tell me say as the whole system shut down. Very unlikely. You know. There's no saying walk in a trouble way. I don't plan to let you people out of any way. No chance in hell do you people walk out of this. Because I would have not been the first person to do it. People couldn't manage it to help themselves. On your worry and the max pain of this situation. But other people couldn't help themselves. No. But everyone's one. Most of them don't walk away from this. I'll get a beating and I'm willing to go out. We lose our job, still also the same thing. I say, yo, where is any of these people? Where's the advocate, where's the social worker? Or somebody with severe mental illness would have all three. I mean, yeah, that simple would have all three. Can't be done without it. Because the severity of the mental illness, you would need the advocate to speak on their behalf and in their best interest. Because of the deprivation of liberty situation, you need the advocate, and that's what they're there for. Social worker is there to make sure that that person is okay and treated fairly as well. Mm. But the only thing the NHS mental health service is good for is when you're having an actual issue. That's the only thing they're good for. Is when you're having an actual issue and they feel it is necessary to bring you in. That's it. If you don't feel it is necessary to bring it in, which an action will actually demonstrate that. Because him saying, oh, we've been trying to contact you, why is he trying to contact? An action will demonstrate because if you're so concerned about me, go and get the warrant. Don't fucking get the warrant, man. Simple. We know, say, not to use evidence to get the warrant. How to get the evidence? So I'm scared to go and get the warrant because that would be a major issue. And I don't know, scared before the warrant so bothered because when I assume say he wouldn't have got this place. You know, it has got there. What was the plan B? I mean, I'm scared to get the warrant because I'm not going to lie to the judge or tell the judge, so, well, basically, he stole his stuff off. We've been watching. We don't want him to know that we're watching. Because somebody with severe mental illness, why do you have to watch them? Would you have to watch these person? I don't think you should necessarily have to watch that person. Because while you're watching other people out there commit certain acts to themselves, and why you not watch them? Why is he for a top priority? All these things will come into play. Just let us know from them. Why is this man in a top priority here? Other people are going through crisis and dropping down just the same at an alarming rate. So exactly why was this man's safety so prioritized within the state? What exactly was going on? Has this man ever phoned his social worker? Yeah. If him, when I say if somebody declare themselves SUIDIAL, yeah, the only way them could declare that is by telling somebody who exactly did it tell. I mean, who exactly did it tell? Quintessentially, who did it tell? I mean, and when you tell somebody, yeah, after the telling of this individual, yeah, yeah, after the telling of this individual, what was done? Why was he given so much priority? And why is he never phoned one of his advocates? Because if him told them that, because it's only him could tell them that, only him, or only me. Why does he not know who his social worker is or advocate? Why is he never rang any of them? That would be cause a major issue because if him feel that way, you don't have to tell only himself. And if somebody has the right to refuse the help, that is key here, yeah. That is locksmith. That is fucking locksmith. Somebody has the right to refuse the help. Yeah. So him don't ever call on. Him don't ever turn up to anywhere on are. He doesn't have a number for a social worker, an advocate, or even the care coordinator will constantly say him a contact him. He doesn't have any of these people work number because they get a personal mobile phone. Yep. You don't need their personal number, they get a personal mobile phone that is designated for work. Yep. Yeah. When all that is put into place and put on paper, one of them makes sense. I did. The British turned out to be the biggest fools on the planet and him alliance. One bag of baboon. That's the biggest idiots. I'm quite concerned who actually deal with this. I'm very surprised that this was even a planned word call, you know. That who didn't actually overpower or overthrow with this. I don't think this could be the soldier. I don't think I'm gonna go overthrow anybody with this. Let's get and beat me. Me could figure this out. Anybody should do it. Just really, I don't consider this an issue. Them three key components that we pulling apart. I never turned up to one on the building by myself. So clearly, I weren't the one who was saying I feel any type of way about this situation. That's why I try to, oh, come to meeting, come to meeting. A big really get bud blood. That's why I try to tell me if you come down there. I said, send the doctor boy here. I said, it doesn't turn up. That's why it doesn't turn up because why he might come to me if me such in a such an existential crisis. I know G's blood, you know. I know G's and I know bad boys. And a bunch of fools who learn the hard way, so they're not as smart as me. See? And they very much learn the hard way. And that. And trust me, when I get a beating, trust me, definitely, it's guaranteed. Very much guaranteed. And anyway, I spot the team man who's solely responsible for it. Trust me. I'm giving you some blood like it's unbelievable. I don't care what the world think about the situation. It doesn't matter to me very much. I do not concern myself with the people. I'm telling you this 100% sure. All six and one eye team members were responsible for this. You know, I used to bullying people and covering them down. So I like to bully the bullies, yeah. I like to beat them too. I tell me I beat them publicly. I'm not talking about beating them legitimately. Literally, I take off my belt publicly and flog them in front of everybody. Literally, I got drape on them and beating in front of the community. Simple as that. And since you now have so many Jamaican friends, I ask them why people do that. Since you now have so much Jamaican friends, they will tell you what that means. Literally, I take off my belt and beat in front of everybody. Right in front of the whole town and city. Flogging. He used to do it in Britain 2 years ago. Literally take off belt and flog him. I think need some understanding. That's it. I want to think we need a key component there. I don't have any of these people number. And there's a reason why they didn't want me to have the number. Because they didn't want me to ask any questions. Because if you don't know they're involved, you don't ask any questions. And if you don't ask no questions, then you can't obviously can't get no answer. And if you don't know they're involved, you can't complain. Quite a simple thing. Mm. If you ask some questions, you can't complain. Mm. I flag on the feet, literally in front of the whole of them people. Everything going on. Literally, I flag on. Think I go one step too far and activities. Way too far. Literally, I flag on in front of everybody. Win one. How do you even get through the full thing? Okay, win 3-3 9. Right, good. Bundesliga woman, French woman, Barclays woman, American woman, Spanish woman, Spanish woman. Come on. Actually, we're flogging a feet. I'm telling you already, so do it. Not much can come out of it. Telling already, so nothing will come out of this situation from the start. Trust me. Just let me say, just believe as I said, nothing will come out of it. Flogging. Very out of order. A group of people think that can be done. Or they couldn't have the right to do such an activity. Literally, you're flogging. Literally, you're flogging. Literally, you're flogging. Right in front of everybody. Who telling us we could do that? Whoever authorized it, send me in a field direction, it would be best. It really would. That message, literally, you're flogging in front of people. Right? Jamaican people will tell you why that's happening. Can't in a community that do them thing, you're not going to just say, simple. Why it don't matter, yeah. Just know. Will be flogged. I don't think anyone in a wildest imagination thinks something like that would have ever happened in Britain. But trust me, this is England. There's a lot of funky shit that plays regularly. There's a lot of funky shit that plays yourself. Really flogged in these streets. I'm saying I'm Jamaican friend. Ask the Nado why that happened. Him will tell him. Yeah, my right man for glass. See, why things like that happen. Right man for I don't know, I go to every meeting and I can go to behind them door. What difference will it make? You ain't winning that. Conversation is mute. Simple went too far. Simple went too far. Things went too far, please. But again, slap the gun in front of everybody. Everybody knows enough hard. Everybody knows that. Everybody says you're a pussy. Everybody figure, you know what I'm saying? Nobody feels be scared of. Everybody figures there's nothing to be scared of. After all this time, you were tricked. Everybody know, man. Fuck it, this should take a belt and beat him. Not a knife stab him, man, because I'm not worthy of such. Take out my belt. I'm not even worried about it. I just made a statement. You know? Made a statement. You try not to even worry about it, man. Take out my belt and beat him. You come and show people exactly what kind of people you are. That's all I'm not gonna do. He's gonna complain to the police. That's all I'm not gonna do. That's all they're going to do. I prove it to people saying, I know bad boys, I know nobody to be scared of. Be scared of. You try to take on but fucking flogging in front of everybody. I'm sure everybody said this is who this big scary six is, but yeah, all I do is going to tell the police and try the lawsuit and turn around and try to sue the NHS suite. That's all they're going to do. BTA Bell sends a statement to all of them. So, I'm not what I'm claiming the public would realize after all this time. No, nobody. And I've known they don't even have the power when I think of it. I wouldn't have heart. I go for black and white too. I go for all the African doctor them and social workers. I go for all of them too. Anyone I catch, trust me, I'm flag them. Sure say what they are going to do is run to the police. What else can they do? That's who they are. They only do things because they think they will get away with it. As soon as they realize they won't get away with it, you don't see them doing much. You really don't see them doing much. The simple question is whoever come in the house, how them know when me plan to leave the house? Quite a curious situation. Don't these people have lives? You know what I mean? Don't these guys, men and women, have life? Why are they always at work? Me tend to go outside at night time after business hours close. I'm very sure them people don't work at night time. And I tend to do that on purpose. To show something very odd about them. Because why they always did. I mean, why is it always same group of them? Why is it never different groups of them who work different night shifts? You know, why is it always the same one? Who's paying and who is authorizing such an overtime and why do they need to authorize that? Why exactly do you not want to be widely known? Quite simple as that. The reason I'm going to say that because after a certain time, the office closed. I'm sure the CMHT closes at 5 like everywhere else. So if it is closed at 5, who's authorizing these people's overtime? And why do they want it to be a multilateral thing? Mhm. Why don't they want it like that? Quite curious to me. Because them answers it. You know, answers when never think we have to answer. Never think that we'll get there, innit? If you figure out it's the same group on over and over. Not a bunch of different one of them where we can say certain things can be risked. I guess it's better the answer. Eh? That is the answer. You can't risk too much people that work on the same operation. You can't risk that. Because then people would know what really happened. And if me know, you don't want nobody to know because you don't want retaliation. Because I'm coach. So I'm very right on this what I said. Problem is I want to know exactly when I leave my house all the time. I said, how do you know when I leave my house all the fucking time? Times of me leave my house at 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, me leave my house. So this CMHT team, it has to be designated. Very much has to be a designated team. For one simple reason. Because CMHT closes at a certain time. Social worker closes at a certain time. After hours line is crisis line. And if only they are so, then other people who need the care, they're not there. So there have to be a dedicated or designated team. Simple, which means you know seeing people over and over. And who in Britain put a team on me? Mm. Because plenty of people are SUICIDIAL. Plenty of people. Why did I get special service? I was saying, that thing that I've called major private schools. Why? What exactly gave this man this special service? Given that I'm not British, I mean, why am I so concerned? Why am I so prioritize? Why not prioritize my safety? It's really a concern with anybody would ask. Why is this thing? Plenty of British people out there need help too. And they don't sign any team on them. Why me? That's the key, that's the major question. What is this team sat around doing day in, day out? Where as soon as me left my house, they are inside of my house. Because if we not have me under surveillance, there's no need to come and check the house because the surveillance tape would show you exactly what is in the house. Quite simple, isn't it? You see everything in the house. You see how the house look, how the house stay. When we do it during the day, so why do you need to come in? There's no answer we can come up with to say. Because I just don't make sense. If you're a surveillance team, you don't need to come and check the house every day because you would see the stuff on the floor. You would see when we get up and do everything all day upon the surveillance. So you don't need to come inside every day. So what exactly do we come in here for? I'm very aware that this is going to pose a problem for us. Because where do you stay? Where do you stay during the daytime? Because if you have the surveillance there, then there's no need to come into the house all the time. So you coming into the house obviously proves intent to scare. Obviously proves your intention to scare the individual. Simple as that. And if you don't have CCTV, how you know so me plan to leave me out? Because it take me maybe about half an hour to go out the shop and back. Yeah. So you have to be in close enough proximity to get in and out of the house in a half an hour. And you'll have to worry about the neighbors too. So what exactly am I saying to the community? Simple, yeah. You cannot win when I try this and keep on telling. Make sure someone can try to walk away. I'm making sure that we can walk away. It's already made sure that we can't walk away from this. Whoever authorized it, best better forgive him up and say, why would he authorize such a thing? We're just doing a job. If you know what I mean, you're just doing a job, then that shouldn't matter. We try to stick together and watch what happens. We'll stick together and see what happens. Simple, smarter than because there's no way to get out of this. Not losing a job, and after that, still have me to deal with. Let's see what Brittany's really up to. You cannot win. You have surveillance tape in this house for any reason at all. You don't need to come in here and check every day because it would all be on the surveillance tape. Um, it would all be there. You'd see everything in the house and what happened. You wouldn't need to come and check on my welfare at all. No, at all. You would need to do that because you are seeing on the tape. So if the reason for coming in here is because you don't have any surveillance in you, then how do you get here so fast? Because if you live beside me, if you are my neighbor and you live fucking beside me, you should not be my social worker or any worker. You should be anything. Because a conflict of interest. So then again, how now get past the neighborhood? If we're not NHS people and social workers and care workers and basic police, we're not spies. So how am I getting past the community and detect? So you can see the problem there. So how to get past these people? We're not trained spies. We're not lock pickers. We're not any of these things. How am I just walking in and out of the community without any trouble at all? And that will only pose a problem to me because I have to answer. I mean, simple as that. I want to get past all of this undetected and coming in and out. And I'm not trained spies. And I'm not nothing like this. So how do I do it? The answer is simple. No, I'm saying something to the community. The answer is very simple. And that only leads to, well, what exactly are you saying to the community? It only leads to a rational question what I'm saying to them. I mean, it only leads to a rational question what exactly are you saying to them. And so if you have the surveillance, you don't need to come in the house. If you don't have the surveillance, how you know which shop may I go? Because I not tell anybody what shop I'm going to. But you know how long it take me to go to the shop and back. And how you get here in that time frame to get in and out of the house. How are you doing? So any report you know right, how is the report going to make sense? Because write the report, do the welfare check, why, yeah, how where were when me left from us and I come to that welfare check. It might be England, but also this is also a part of England grilling the people who make these reports. How are you writing this report? Why is me saying that people are coming into my house and then Una involved in my life somewhere there? So rational answer would be is Una are coming in the house. Simple. Rationality. Una getting in this house undetected by the neighbors because you would alarm the neighbors at some point. At some point the neighbors would be alarmed. I mean, at some point. Simple as that. At some point these neighbors would be alarmed. At some point it's just natural human nature. Because when them say they never see me with a group of people ever. Never. So when them say a group of people coming into my house, they should find that out content. Just like how you see these videos. Oh, the neighbors thought he was strange, thought he was a loner, thought he was a weirdo. Remember a phone style that? Remember his phone style that? To say them things about people. So if them think all of that's about me, they would be concerned about who are these people going into the house because they never see him with them. And given that he leaves his house at night time, which the strange weirdo that he actually is, who are these group of people entering the house at night time? Because him go, them come, and him come back, and they leave. You never see them interacting with each other. Mhm. Everybody knows man always have that Puma bag on my back. Everybody know I'm a very distinctive character. You know, make no mistake with me and see me look like nobody else. Very sure, like, very sure. I mean, I make that mistake, you know, make. So what's 2 minutes? Okay, I'm just trying to make okay, but yeah, game is simple for you. Very simple. If you don't have surveillance, and given that now probably insinuate that somebody is SUICIDIEAS, you would have to watch him on the clock, which would suggest you have surveillance. It simply would. Because if it's such a critical situation, you would suggest that. You would do that. And then why the need to go inside the property? What would be the need? Because everything, surveillance, everything is covered. What would you be doing in there? The obvious intention was to intimidate and cause distress. Obviously. So does everybody know that too? Does everybody understand that? These people will not don't understand. So therefore they're irrelevant. What they agree to really bear no bearings on this situation. Because if you have it on surveillance, then why do you need to go in there? Because anything man do, you would see. If him sit down and build a bomb, you would fucking see. If him sit down and load a rifle, you in him house don't stop them rifle shot them from fire. So what reason do not to come in here again? You know what I'm saying? There's no justification for it. I get a flag in, but they get a flag in front of everybody. And I'm still going ask then all the dumb play. The NHS gave boy work for the Oldham Hospital. So I want to ask him why that happened. He will tell you. I'm sure many Jamaicans will tell you. I'm sure even the Africans will tell you why they think that happened. That's how we treat thieves, you know. People who break into houses. That's how we do it, you know. Flooding, you know. So, you have surveillance. Why do you need to be inside the house? You would have no logical reason. Absolutely not at all. So if you don't have any logical reason to go in there, why are you in there? You're clearly trying to cause distress. Clear as day. And then I'm suspicious that you are claiming that I am SUIDIA or whatever. Again, that is one problem in our face. Two, the reports are not right and have been writing how to acquire these reports. Because it has to state either by surveillance or by you people looking at it. It has to be done one way or another because you can't write an imaginary report. So you have to state how these reports are written, how you see what you see, how you notice what you notice on these welfare checks. I mean, you have to do it one way or another. It has to be said. And that is where another issue coming in for you. That's where another issue come into play for if you don't want to say a welfare check, how often is these welfare checks carried out? And why you don't wait around to see when him come back? Why you don't ask the neighbors when them see if they have seen him in the last few days? Why don't you ask the neighbors if they've seen him any at all in the last few days? Because that's how a welfare check is done. You do a welfare check, it's just an investigation. You come to the property, it's not at the property. You go and knock on the neighbors and ask them if they've seen him any at all. If you're not knocking on the neighbors door, you're not doing a welfare check, then what are you doing? I tell you, I'm flagging. So, the knife stop them, they're not necessary, yes. The embarrassment when you go live with to eventually get where you want to done any. That's just a much easier way to do it. The embarrassment you have to go live with after that. Mm-hmm. I'll get a flagging, and then people will know everything we're doing. And then people will realize, well, how crazy was this man to not be angry and just kill them in front of everybody and do that. And I realize that don't even make sense either. I said that's exactly what they're going to look at. I said that don't even make sense either because if he's so bad, I like what they have said, why they need to constantly do what they're doing, then why is it playing out like that? Rationality, to it. It's always about rationality. And whoever authorized this, you tend to find it. I mean, they're the ones that really concern me, don't concern me. Really don't. The ones that authorize it, they're the ones that I'm taking notice of, and them are the ones who want to see. Their fate is completely different from food. They won't be so lucky. Their fate is very different. Taking a person, you want to get a flagging and those who authorize them, trust me, they have a different fate. They might have something completely different to deal with. Very different. Because I know why them authorized it. They didn't want to be the one to be associated with it. I bought 60 in a week. I bought 9 and bought any fucking thing you want, but and the police can't save me. Yes. Alkaline say police know what going and can't stop it. Because any attempt to stop it would lead to them knowing what was going on anyway. Which would lead to them knowing everything me I say anyway. And if they know everything me I say anyway, that means they should know by now so something is not right. So they can't stop it. I know I'm very aware that they cannot intervene in any way. Because any intervention by them can only be done legitimately. Simple as that. And I think we don't know why no response is being given. Because they can't stop it. Any intervention by them has to be done legitimately. No other way of doing it. And once there is any legitimate intervention here, it means they are aware of what's being said. That means they have to legally investigate. Legally, they have to investigate the things I'm saying. So the police officers will obviously come in with and alongside it because welfare checks they do come in here as well as they come as a part of the team. They themselves will be investigated. So I know when they can't intervene, they can't intervene. They must sit down and watch that. They must sit down and listen to everything me I say and try every legitimate tactic so them can deploy. And as the days go on and go on, I realize they have no legal framework where them can use this. That's funny. You know, they have no legal framework where they can come and intervene in this. Their best advice is that, well, you can't let them see. That's what all they can say to. And that's the only advice they can give. I don't think, they're definitely on the losing side. This. I'm very aware that they cannot intervene. The intervention would be based on what I'm saying. And the intervention, what them want come would have to prove on a legally allowed to do. That's it. And certainly are not. Certainly are not. So they can't intervene whether they want to or not. But I assume they want to, but they legally can't. Legally they can't. And make sure say they are very aware that legally they can't do nothing here. So. I didn't even make them even query it if they could. I literally demonstrated that they legally couldn't intervene. Literally legally did it. I'm an idiot. I'm a genius police boy. Everybody know that is actually true at this point. Police legally cannot do anything here. I'm saying they looking into me. Themselves, they have to go look on first. Because in order to prove my threats to them nothing but ramblings of a madman and a dangerous individual, they would have to first look into and prove say what I'm not doing is legitimate. And then they say, oh, he said he's this and he's that and he's this and he feels that this and that. And me say, no, I never said that to them. Why would I? It becomes my word against food. I mean, simple, isn't it? You have to look into Uno before them even look into my situation. Because it's unlikely that them would ever see somebody do the things that we need to and say the things that we need to. Very unlikely. Which would mean they would have to look at what Uno are doing first and what Uno really are doing. And then obviously it wouldn't match up. So I'm very aware that they can't get involved here under any circumstances. Well, their involvement needs an investigation. Simple as that. Simple as that. Police involvement here means an investigation. Simple. Any way, shape, or form. Any way you take it, anything you do leads to an investigation, leads to. I'm very aware of that. Tell me, so there's a reason why I'm not just go out there and do certain things. There is a reason. Simple as that. One simple big around in a system for people. But I don't want to believe that I'm not big around. I mean, I don't like to believe that I'm not. That's simple. The fact is, the reason why I'm not just go out there and kick them anybody, because it's simple do. And launch the investigation into all this and here. There's a reason why I'm doing it. One, I'm actually smarter than two, and there's no need for it. Simple as that. I'm actually more clever than where I really don't need to go down to brute force. You know, at the end of the day, I'm also so embarrassed at the end of the day. It's really the plan for me. Embarrassing so badly, it's unbelievable. And when it's all said and done, not only doing a losing a job, when you realize, when you thought we're the smarter people in a society. It's all said and done, police. The level of embarrassment in our face by default. Someone knock himself off the board. Just by trust me, by default. This even gets to take up more than me alone could do. I guess I just couldn't handle it. Yes, that's what it really boils down to at the end of the day. I just couldn't handle it. Hmm. Police can't do anything about it. By giving the law and giving how the laws work, they would have to prove that what we were doing was legitimate. Every single step had to be legitimate. At the moment one dodgy thing is found within the situation, then what else was done illegitimately? And they are obviously avoiding that. Because if them don't look on them certain things, me bring it up, then questions going to be asked, well, this man don't have any police background or any association with any investigative tactics or course. How did him look at that? As the experts didn't see that. And the obvious allegation next is what? That they are part of a corrupted simply. And then that investigation team automatically go like so it's just a matter of who them put to investigate. And I'm sure the whole police force down there say, oh, we don't want no part in this. I'm very sure that down there say they don't want no part in this. Because whoever authorized them to do it, why did them choose them? And people obviously go feel like them got set up and then withdraw and sniff. Obviously seeing what we play out there. We realize whoever authorized them and tell them specifically to investigate it. But we just feel like on the set. So you understand? I get what I deserve basically. So I already from the start, you couldn't be. They tell me. I thought you just chatting shit. As usual, isn't it? You just chatting shit, we're not scared. Look where it gets, you know. Best advice you can get is ensure you don't talk and pray the community don't have nothing to say. That's it. That's the best thing you come up with there. Police can investigate it then, yes. Once them investigate it, the team with them choose to investigate it, then man are obviously going to feel like they were stitched up it. And what people do when they feel like that, I thought. I said, no. They were told to do this and do that by such man and such man. You know. I'm very sure the police is going to avoid this as long as they can until they are forced. And I'm saying could simply kick down somebody and get it done and prove the whole thing. Because if the police don't arrest me and charge me for assault, which I test that long time, quite a few times I've tested that. You don't kick, you don't arrest me for assault, you prove the point. Innit? Already prove the situation, prove it long time. Already prove that situation. Man. If you don't arrest me for assault, what are they going to do? You know what I mean? Trying to put me in hospital or whatever. I mean, we just kill people in the hospital. And you end up the same place, the same question asked. Well, why was that done? That's not the way it's meant to be done. I'm telling you, you can't do anything here, you can't intervene. Your intervention only lead to them downfall. I'm telling you, I'm flagging in front of everybody. Mm-hmm. Kill you know. Too good for you. Too good. I'm gonna have to live with it. So people tell them one from the very start. This is exactly what it ends up. You people losing. It, it, police cannot intervene here. I'm gonna test that theory many a times. Many a times. Test it in every way it can be tested. I call them, I do certain things. Test it so many times and realize, oh shit, them can't actually intervene. Because I can't do an investigation where the law is set in a specific way that they would have to investigate onto. They would have to. And if they are found to hide anything they are found hiding, then they are associated with the crime. Because why? What reason? What would their motive to be hiding anything here with me? Means they're involved. Simple then. They would have no reason to hide it. Simple as that. They serve no purpose here. I think I'm gay as well. We can investigate this. Because whatever, when full version of the IOP invest, what I call it, internal affairs is the IOPC. Yeah, that's a full version of it. Oh, he thinks he lives in America. I mean, you ever watch American TV, fool? That's why we more use American reference. And again, how did Unu miss that? It shows that Unu are incompetent and not fit for the roles and things Unu have done in the past based on that sort of simple mistake. Because if me can simply explain it, Unu are meant to be the experts that knows better and knows the certain things. How did Unu miss that actually he grew up watching American TV? So hence why I more refer to American stuff. And actually, everything Britain does, America actually do it too. It's just called something different. Their internal affairs is what we call IOPC. Yeah? And how did you not realize that? You're incompetent. And automatically losing the job for incompetence. And everybody who have been involved, their stories now becoming a problem. Automatically bring up back their own story. You know. Oh, these individuals knocked themselves off of the board. And they were deemed and said the same thing about these individuals. These individuals are severely mentally ill. It's very funny that they said the same thing about this young man. Only for finding out it ended up a certain place with others. The argument could be made that their victims were such victims. That's it. The argument can simply be made that those people were victims of you people, which automatically now present a criminal case. So it leads to a fucking criminal case against them, which leads to one bag of informing. That's how these things go. It's always the same. Nobody about here talk about snitching this and snitching that. People who think like that, obviously, they're in the streets, innit? So on the streets, police boys, and not hold no street code, yes. That's what we're hoping for. He thinks he's a bad boy, so he's not going to say much. It's a government thing, police boy, yeah. Information ruling a government problem. Information who rules police boy, yeah. So already it's a big one. Look a boy that run up and down, so I don't think them bad. I don't think them bad police boy. Some of them just a sick and drop down dead and don't know what. It's funny. So I'm watching it all the time, bro. Live my life. You know. You don't know mine until you accelerated the situation. Mostly that they don't know mine. Half of the people that will know my name should I never know. Should know my name. Not for any special reason. Like a quiet and private life. That's all the reason is nothing. Well, the police will test it and realize that actually I can't do anything more than that they do. That's the limit of their powers here. Because internal affairs will have a lot of questions for them where they'll be forced to question. They simply will be forced to do so. Mhm. And if you're not coming out of the house and not writing reports about coming out of the house, when we get caught in here, is a problem when you don't want. And the community then find out, so well, wait, why there no reports? But it was in this man's house all the time. Half of the neighbors will be terrified next door. Half of them will be terrified, thinking why many people got them into this. People are move out regularly quickly. I never make it this and I want to make it that situation. Simply, I want to make this situation. I'm just not backing down. One of the ones who got effed in this situation. One of the ones who got effed in this situation. Nothing else. Then think that doesn't mean anything. Absolutely means nothing. I mean, look what I reduced. I mean, it's crazy to see, you know, what not actually reduced as people. The mind, what them said, the mighty has fallen. A giant killer police, boy. I mean, him David, yeah. GK don't stand for goalkeeper, stand for giant bomb buckler killer, yeah. I mean, metallurgy, yeah. Every type of headache and thing. Meteor, metallurgy, mythical, everything. All of the M's they call me him and him. Giant killer. Literally I tattoo a slingshot for myself. Just for the fun. But also going on the weapons of the gods if you never know how to hear. It's not only Zeus is lightning, but Poseidon, Shrine, and Athena as well. Usually have a whip. Mm. Just I realized that Wonder Woman really have a Athena, innit? Got a whip, innit? And Thor's hammer. David's slingshot also go into that realm as well. Weapons of the gods, yeah. I'm a wheel all of them. Yeah. Gods United. Mankind getting out of hand around here. That's probably one of the strangest things the world I've ever heard somebody say. Trust me, it gets stranger. And talk about Stranger Things on Netflix. No joke, police. Yeah, you want to get stranger. I know, yeah, they want to use a girl special. Think about it on the team that yeah, but now use it. Definitely not try to use a girl. I thought it was a kid. The guy playing hard. He's playing hard. He's hardest in it. You literally see it. He's trying his hardest. Actually, we can go into my settings. But, well, I don't need to. The guy is trying his hardest. Hardest. He's waiting maximum effort from this guy. Come on. Let's play. I'm actually going to put in actual effort. I'm actually put in actual effort. Actual effort. Where should I go put in actual effort? You can see him, he's playing very hard. Not like he's got an advantage and he's still fighting. So, yeah. No, he's got major advantage and still fighting hard to do it. Like he's spamming the B button all the time. You literally see it, innit? That's how he's kicking the ball. Like he's spamming the B button. So, yeah, but I got to cause me some issue. I lost the streak. You, uh, Marvin Kelly, future, Actually, who did I have on before? Alright, come on, man. I'm actually gonna put some effort in this one. Come on. I'm actually gonna put some effort in this one. Look at him, look at him, look at him. Look at him. That's hilarious. Okay. Look at him, he's just spamming the B button, bro. Like, he's not even trying to suck it in. This guy just pressing at the B button, bro. Like, what is going on there? This guy putting so much effort in this is unbelievable. This guy is, yeah, you won't have any B button left. How about use up, because these controllers are graded, isn't it? So obviously they test them and know how long they last, isn't it? So like there's a certain amount of time they say that well the controller is guaranteed for, isn't it? But this guy can run out of the guaranteed fast, but he want no B button left. Look at his buddy. I don't have any B buttons left. Let's put it. Go on, let me show you how to tackle. Let me show you how to tackle without spamming the button. Let me show you how to tackle without spamming the button. Without spamming the button at all. Without spamming the button at all. That's good. Good. That's how you tackle without spamming the button, but now you can tell that these guys have no business beating me, but none. Absolutely no business. Still, it's so easy to prove. You can see it like they're just spamming the button because they know that they've done something that makes when they press the B button, it messes with my controller, innit? Yeah, when they press the B button, these guys know that when they press that B button, it basically fucks with my game, innit? I'm only making sense of what I'm seeing because I see them do it all the time. When they press the B button on their controller, if I'm within a certain distance, it basically locks up my player automatically, you know, because it makes sense. That's why they constantly do it, innit? So it's like a sequence sort of thing, innit? It's like sequence, innit? Yeah. So the controllers are tied, innit? If that makes sense, that's the easiest way to explain it. If they're like within a yard of me and they press the B button, what they've done to the game is when the opponent presses the B button, it basically stops me from being able to control the player. So it makes them win it all the time. But look how much times he pressed the B button. That's funny, man. Yeah, look how many times this guy pressed the B button. Man. That's crazy. Like, I don't know what is going on there. But, look how many times he pressed the B button. That's funny. He's not even good. Now look, he doesn't want to press the B button now because he got caught. That's actually hilarious if you think about it. That's actually hilarious if you really think about it. Look, all of a sudden, just put a bit of effort in. That's it. Because guess what? Because I said about the B button situation, you don't want to spam up the B button anymore because it's going to prove it. That's funny. I just realized what is going on, innit? Because there's sometimes I'm dribbling and I don't know what happens. It feels like my controller is disabled. But that's what I thought was going on the whole time. But I've been noticing that situation that these guys press the B button way too much, innit? It just makes no sense. Because in real life football, if you're dribbling, so relative to real life and the game, when you press the B button, it's like real life. You go in for a tackle. That person beats you, yeah. They already gone in. You got beaten in, but these guys are pressing it like 3, 4 times in the space of a second, and it's just constantly chomping at my legs, isn't it? It's not meant to be like that because when you press B button, really you should beat the individual because it's a football simulator. You should just run past them, but they're able to press the B button and the animation goes off 4 times. Normally, what happens is if I'm too close, if I try to beat them at the last minute, well, that's just how my brain plays the game. I tend to go for the last minute movement, innit? Yeah. So what they do, they obviously realize that I do it at the very last second. So obviously you're extremely close to the opponent that's trying to tackle. What they've done to the game is when these guys press their B button, it basically locks my player in. It's just coded into the game for that happen. It would look like and feel like my controller disabled. That's what it would look like. That's what's going on. But the reality, when he presses B button, the B button, it's a combination on the fucking screen. So in like fighting games, Mortal Kombat, you press YBY, it does 3 hit combos, yeah? When he presses B on that game, it doesn't only affect his player, it stops me from moving my player. You'll see my controller still moving on the screen, but you'll see the player on the screen do nothing. Yeah, it's because his B button is actually tied to my player as well. So as long as I'm in a close distance, if he presses B, yeah, it stops my player, let my player run straight into them, and it don't allow me to quickly move away from them. And that's why they keep winning the ball because I just saw what he's doing. He literally pressed B same time. He's nowhere near the player. It doesn't make sense for him to press B, and he's just spamming this B button. So what they've done, I just scrapped it. What they've done is because they know how I play. I pretty much in real life that's what I'm like as well. You'd think you're gonna get the ball, but I move the ball at the very last minute. You get me in it. Why? I don't know why I do that. It's just how I do it. Innit? So you think you're gonna get that ball? The ball is just there for you. You think the ball is there, and somehow I don't know how I do it. I just move it at the very last second. Obviously, that usually by the time that happens, they can't catch me again. I'm already off to get me in it. So I basically play the game just the same. So they obviously clapped on to that and realized that I play the game just like I play in real life. So they realized that as what's going on. So if I get within a arm's length distance of the opponent, when they press B, it fucks with my players as well. But they're not actually tackling me. I realize I've seen it so many times. I realize these people aren't tackling. Something is going on. But I play the game in real life just like I play it on this, innit? And I've got a very quick reflex. It's very quick. So I tend to wait until the very last second to move the ball, whether in real life or in the game. Because my reflexes are quick, innit? So all these people obviously realize that's what's going on. And once I get into like an arm's length distance from the person, they press B. It also ties itself into what my player does. So obviously that kid was aware of it, innit? But he's just not very good at doing what they do. That kid was aware of that. That's what's going on. So that's why he's just spamming B in it because obviously he's trying to time it, yeah, and for it to just trigger off the sequence or the what do you call it or the cutscene, yeah, because the tackling there is just a cutscene for them. He automatically wins it every time it properly. So it's like in any fighting game, somebody jumps. If you time it properly, you'll be able to uppercut the person in it. So in Mortal Kombat, you time it properly, you uppercut the person. Anything the person do, you time it properly, you hit them. So obviously he just can't time it properly. I realize what they do is because that's what I do. I play like that in real life. Because I've got very quick reflexes. Half the time I don't even know what I'm going to do next. It's just wherever the person is. I use the person in front of me to make the decision. Innit? That's how I play, innit? I make the decision based off the opponent, innit? And they obviously clapped out. That's what I do. Innit? So that's how they done that to the game, innit? Because I always do that. I always try. I always like sprint towards him. I think, all right, I wait to see what he's gonna do, and then just move it away. But I realize that the game just keeps like colliding with me every time I do it, innit? And obviously, he just got caught because he can't time it. That's why he's fucking pressing it 19 times there, isn't it? Dickhead. I'm exposing myself out here, fools. Yeah, I'll tell you why you man can't beat me. I'm just a last minute person. That is just who I am. I wait until the very last minute to do anything. I make my decision based on what you did to get me, innit? And the only way to do that is to do it last minute. But obviously, you sat there studying me, innit? Yeah, I proper studying me. I'm a last minute person. Everything I do in life, every little thing is last minute. Wait until the very last second. And not everybody can do that. I've just got fast reflexes, innit? So obviously, I know my body, my body and my mind, they just work together in that way. My reflexes are very quick, so I can basically get away with doing things last minute. I'm thinking, like, why is this guy just spamming that B button like that? And I clocked on. It makes perfect sense what it is, isn't it? They know I do it last minute because I used to play this guy back in the day. And I used to always think like, yo, why are you able to do that and it won't work for me? He's um, I do the skill move long before the person gets there. I looked at him and I was like, that don't make sense. It's not a skill move, is it? That's a waste of time. Well, now it makes sense, innit? 10 years later, it makes perfect sense what he was referring to. You know? Dick. I got us like a toddler. That's really interesting, man. It's quite hilarious. Ow! Fucking greedy, but yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah. No, what are you looking for? Man, forward, man. Go future forward. This is ice on. Go to fire. Let's watch this. Let's watch what I'm gonna do now, innit, yeah? So the people who can time these things better, they have the advantage when tackling me, innit? In the game, it's not really about timing your tackle. It's not about that. Yeah? But what they've done is the people who can time it better tends to win the ball way more often than not. So I'm gonna just dribble away from him from early and see what they like. Yeah? They just spam the B button way too often. I don't press the B. I rarely press the B button in the game. Very rare that I do. It's very rare that I actually press the B button. I say you don't really have to press the B button because that's not what the game's not really about that. Innit? I realize these guys press it all the time. Yeah, you don't really. I don't even know how to explain it, but you don't really have to press the B button in the game. Yeah. Game, the tackling mechanic. It's really based on anticipation. Yeah, that's what it's really based on. It's based on anticipating the opponent. It's not really based on you pressing the actual tackling button. Because in real life, if you watch football in real life, they rarely actually tackle the ball. Most of the game is based off interception, isn't it? The better players never tackle the ball. Is they basically intercept the ball most often than not. I mean, because I very rarely press the B button. Very rarely. When I press the B button, it's because I'm hungry. Innit? But I very rarely press it because you don't need to press it in it. The way the game is based, a football simulator. Innit? In real life, people, most things that happen aren't tackled. People rarely win the ball from tackling. People mostly win the ball through interception. Yeah, people mostly win the ball through interception, even in actual football. Some of the things that they classify as tackling isn't really tackling. The interception in play. So, so he doesn't want to press the B button. Hey, he doesn't want to press the B button for some weird reason. Like, he doesn't want to press the B button now because they got caught. That's actually funny. Yeah, dog, I'm trying to play this even, man. He doesn't want to press the B button now because he got fucking caught. Stop licking my face, man. I don't like that. You don't want to press the B button because usually they just press the B button and get the ball and gun, innit? Stop biting me, man. I keep telling you that. Stop. That's funny, yeah. Yeah, I tell you, the game based on interception. It's not based on tackling. If you can anticipate the person, obviously that's what interception is. Isn't it? That's why they what do you call it? They anticipate play style in the game. It's probably one of the best play styles defensively because basically you're reading the game. Most of the better defenders, that's how they do it. They really tackle. That's actually funny. This guy got caught, innit? This guy don't want to tackle. Usually, you see the tackles flying in all the time from them. But I rarely press the B, man. Very rare occasion you see me press it. So really, if you anticipate the ball, the game automatically gets the ball for you innit? Because it's a part of the ball control mechanism. That's why anticipating or interception works the way it works in the game. Because ball control is automatic in the game, innit? So it does it for you. Innit? But very rarely press the B button. So you can see when I anticipate the ball, intercept the ball, it bounces off me all the time because they realize that's what I do, innit? Bastard. That's why it keeps bouncing off me all the time because they know I don't. I rarely press the B button because I anticipate what the person is going to do, innit? Yeah, I anticipate what the person is going to do. So the ball control mechanics really work in my favor there, innit? So I really have to press the B button, and that's why they keep letting it bounce off me all the time. Yeah, that's why it's the only pretty much. It's like how the goalkeeper works, innit? The goalkeeper really does the diving and saving of the ball for you, innit? So it's the same, pretty much the same AI mechanic, in it automatically does it for you. So that's why I tend to don't do that because I understand the mechanics of the game. Really. So obviously, because I keep seeing like deflections all the time, and I realize why. Because they realize that I'm not pressing the tackling button, I'm just intercepting the play. So if you don't control it, if you don't control the pass or the interception, yeah, if you don't control the interception, it goes back to them, innit? Yeah. I realize what they've done to the game. That's why I keep bouncing off it. Yeah, that's how the fucking ball keeps bouncing off me. You just clocked on why, innit? Told you I'm not a fucking psychic. I'm not clairvoyant. I'm not even close. I can just see things, and if I pay attention, I'll just take notice and understand what is happening. You cunts. You guys are haters. That's funny. That's actually hilarious. But I always wonder why the ball deflects off him so much, and I realized now it makes sense, innit? Oh, because he was spamming the B button. I just realized why it's happening. Because I don't use the B button to tackle. I pretty much intercept the ball all the time, and because they want me to use the B button and not use the interception mechanic in the game, they let it constantly bounce off me, which is going to piss you off and frustrate you, and then you're gonna get angry and spam the B button. Like I say, I only press the B button half of the time because I'm pissed off. That's really why I did it. Because there's no need for it. There actually isn't a need for a B button. EA have tried so many ways of implementing that into the game. It's unbelievable. They came every year. They come out with some tackling mechanic in it because they constantly trying to like address the situation, but it's impossible to address. They'll have to take interception out of the game entirely. And that don't make sense. But I just realized that they keep coming out with these new tackling mechanics, and that is because they're trying to address the situation, but there's no way of addressing. I tell you, there's no way of addressing the anticipation thing because it's the ball control mechanic. Dickheads. And these guys, they're so clever, you know. There literally is no way they can address this issue because it's not really an issue. It's the ball control mechanic. The only way they can stop it is to force you to press LT or RT to control. So they have to turn it into manual ball control for it to apply, for them to fix the issue. And then nobody will play the game. If you had to manually control everything in this game, you would never play it. You would. Nobody would be shit. I realize why they don't realize what they're doing, innit? But EA keeps on coming out with these new tackling mechanics. And I never really fuck with them because they mean nothing, innit? Like, they don't do anything. Because I can see what the person is going to do, so I pretty much anticipate what they're doing. And therefore, I just use the ball control mechanics to get the ball, innit? You see what I mean? I rarely press the tackle button, and they obviously notice that, like, this guy rarely presses it, like, so they're trying to figure out why, innit? It's because the ball control mechanics is in the game. I mean, so you see what I mean? This is the reason why it keeps bouncing off me, is because they realize that it's the ball control mechanic. So they make the players have shit ball control, which allows the ball to ping around all the time. That's why they're trying to change how I play. Why would I do that? Yeah, my pussy's like that's hilarious. These are the pussies that yeah. These guys are just haters, you get me? Because They can't anticipate it. The best players in the game, just like in real life, the best defenders in the world are really anticipators. So if you see Rafael Varane anticipates the ball, you get me? Ramos, David Luiz, go back, John Terry, these type of players, they're really anticipators of the play. Thiago Silva for Chelsea, he's probably one of the best at it, innit? The best players to intercept the ball because tackling usually leads to some card. You know what I mean? That's why you have some players that they'll go pretty much their whole life. What's he called? Lamb. So Philip Lamb, he's one of them type of players, an interceptor of the ball. Innit? So he's gone through his whole career and rarely had any cards. And that's the reason, because they don't really tackle, they anticipate. I mean, it's a fighter strategy. So if you're boxing, yeah, or you're fighting, what you're trying to do in martial arts, that's what they teach you. They teach you to anticipate your opponent in it. So if you anticipate what he's going to do, you're able to dodge it. That's funny. I don't just figure out why he keeps doing, why they've done that to the game. Innit? It didn't make sense, didn't it? Because I thought they were just trying to piss me off, really. But I realized why, innit? Obviously, it does piss you off because the game's not working right. It's bouncing everywhere, innit? Because that's what they've done. They reduced the ball control because they're trying to see what it is that I use. They came up with a theory. They're testing their theory by allowing it, and they realize that that's what it is. That's why I don't tackle it. It's bouncing around. I mean, because I play games and every single game I concede a deflection. Every single game. I'm thinking, why does that happen? I know it's been done on purpose. I just didn't understand why they were doing that. Yeah, you don't have to tackle. You literally don't have to tackle the ball. It's just based on anticipation. He's running in a particular direction. Yeah, you just have to cut the ball off. That's it. And the game mechanic, the ball control mechanic, does the work for you automatically. There's nothing they can do about it more than turning ball control into manual. And nobody would play this game. I'll tell you that. Nobody would play this game. I'm just good at things, police boy. And it's just so fortunate that the way things work electronically, it's just something I happen to mesh with. That's funny. I just realized that they've been doing this whole time. I mean, because they have these guys that I play, they have to use the B button. You can't do it without. I mean, look, you don't have to tackle the ball. So when they come with all these mechanics, so you see that there, that's why that happens. Look, notice that I cannot get the ball to stick to my feet. It's because they've reduced the ball control mechanic. That's why when they reduce the ball control mechanic, yeah. So when they take shots at me, that's why my players don't put their foot in the way. It's because the ball control mechanic is reduced. So the interception mechanic is tied to the ball mechanic. Because they think they're right in this game, yeah. So the saying is the best offense is a good defense, yeah. But realistically, just like how the shooting button is the same as the tackling button, in the game itself, the mechanics of the game works the exact fucking same way. Every button is tied to each button. Slide tackle button is tied to the cross button, yeah? So when they press B, I don't press anything, yeah? Why? Because if I press B, the chances are you're going to miss time the interception, and then the ball's going to go through your leg, yeah? So what I do, I let the ball control mechanic go work for me. So when they take the shot, as long as the shot comes near me, my player should realistically try to control the ball. Realistically, that's what they should do. But you will see a lot of times when the ball is passed there, my players are literally there and they just let the ball pass them. Because it's the same mechanic in it. The same mechanic that let them not intercept the ball in the field is the same mechanic that not let them block the shots. Because it's pretty much the interception mechanic it's tied to the ball mechanic, because what's the point of intercepting the ball if you're not controlling it? It's like real life, isn't it? So when a player intercepts the ball in real life, they control the ball at the same time. When you watch the games that I play, I can't pressure these guys up the field for a simple reason. Because when I start pressuring them, they panic. They're obviously just trying to pass the ball around, innit? But the ball is just rolling past my player's feet. You get me, innit? It's because it's tied to the ball control mechanic. It's tied to the interception mechanic, and that's what they've done this whole time. Because if you look at this, yeah, look at this typical example, yeah, typical example. So yeah, he gets the ball there, yeah. Realistically, my Van Dijk, look where the ball is, yeah. Why is Van Dijk back turned to it? You see what I'm saying? So that's what they've done to the game, and that's why I'm conceding all these goals, because they want me to press B and tackle. What is the point of that? It's a useless tactic, you know. It's really a tactic that doesn't make sense in the game. You know? So you can see this is why Van Dijk backs turn, because realistically, what Van Dijk should be doing is get going after the ball. There, he should automatically go after the ball himself because of the interception mechanic. So because they want me to concede more, because I just intercept every single ball and they'll never get anything close to my goal. And that's why they've done it. Because that's why they've done it. Obviously, it's going to be frustrating to me because I'm going to argue and say, why can't I go to the ball? It's because they don't want me to intercept the ball. I mean, they don't want me to intercept the ball. That's the reason. Or because that what that guy did there, I realized what they're doing. I'm thinking, why is he pressing that B button so much? Isn't it? It's strange. Yeah, I was literally thinking, why would you press that B button so often? Because I rarely press it. Rarely fucking press that B button. Pretty much it's random, innit? Just realize what they're doing the whole time. There's not much I can do about that because they create the game, innit? There's no way I can manually fix that issue more than kick the ball away every single time. That's the only logical solution to the problem. You just to boot the ball away all the time, innit? But that's why they let them create that much space is so that I can't intercept the ball. That's why they're always in these massive amounts of space because it stops me from intercepting the ball and forces me to run at them and tackle them. Obviously, I'm no idiot. Obviously, football wasn't something I was born playing. I learned football. Some people are actually born with football and talent. I wasn't born with football and talent. Ask anybody that grew up with me. I wasn't a good footballer when I was young. I sat there and watched what other people did, didn't it? And eventually figured out the way that works for me, innit? And you couldn't tell the difference, no? Yeah, but you couldn't tell the difference. I literally learned the game, man. I learned ball controlling. I learned like all technique. I did it all. I learned it all by myself. Innit? There was nobody to teach me. That's why I learned things easy because there's never been anyone to teach me anything. I had to teach myself everything. I'm a self-taught person, but everything I do is self-taught. I started driving at like what? First time I drove a car I was like 12 years old. Nobody was in the car with me, no nothing. I took my auntie's car, innit? I ended up driving it in like a bunch of water and flooded it out. And I'm pretty much self-taught. Manual transmission. Well, I stole my auntie's car and learned that as well. Nobody taught me. Like nothing I do is taught by anyone. I learned it all myself. There's nobody to teach me shit, bro. I had to teach myself. Literally everything I do is self-taught. Nobody teaching me nothing. Nobody trained me to do absolutely fuck all. I taught myself. All these conspiracies they've got out there is lies. Man. I'm just a self-taught person. You know? I don't spend a lot of money paying people to do things for me because I'm just that. That's my nature. Innit? I like to do things myself. Innit? I learn what I can. Innit? I once read somewhere or saw somewhere where they say no information is useless information, and ever since that, I try to gather every bit of information that I can. Innit? And what I can't find, I guess I figure out for myself. Yeah, nobody trained me, pussy suck. Yeah, man. I figure out things for myself, and then I try the best way, the smartest way to do it for me. Innit? Not for everybody. Nobody helped me to do shit. I grew up with a mum and a sister. That's it. There was nobody to teach me. Taught myself. I say, go and ask anybody about me in football. Younger, well, I'm good football. I just love the game and I decided I will learn. I will learn how to play it. Innit? And I started just as I got older and older and older, I started making sense. Innit? Started to understand how my body works. Everything is football is physics. Yeah. As strange as it sounds, it's very much physics. My real talent is being a quick learner. Innit? That's really my talent. Is learning. I believe I can learn anything if I'm interested. I'm not born with exceptional talent more than the ability to learn. That's it. In theory, it's like how an AI or an AI system works. You know, they build these AIs that just learn. In theory, I'm really that. They probably build like computers off me. The ability to learn, didn't it? But they used to say this. They used to like all the time. People used to say, "What was it now? Like, what was it? That yeah, whatever. Some shit about like what you do with the information or make use of the information or yeah, apply what you learn. Innit? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Apply what you learn. Innit? They used to always say that to me. Innit? So it makes sense that somebody has been studying me all my life, but like somebody realized that's what's going on, innit? Realize that oh, you learn is very quick, innit? Somebody clocked on, innit? Because they used to always say that to me, innit? Apply what you learn, innit? Well, it's not like it was directly said to me, innit? It was just said in my presence, innit? Because even what's going on here, it looks easy. It's because I've been surrounded it for too long, innit? So I just learned it, innit? That's what I'm able to do. I just learn exactly what I see others do. That's really what's going on, isn't it? The reason anything you say that I do and said that I do, guess what? Somebody has did it to me. Man. I bear no responsibility here. I take no responsibility here. Simple as literally I'm just a learner, innit? Quick learner. That's my true gift in this world, is the ability to learn pretty much anything I choose. And people are born with actual talents where they can just do certain things. My talent is just the ability to learn pretty much anything. I guess Mother Nature evolution, whatever you want to believe in. I guess evolution understood that that would pose a problem. And they put a solution with it. They say, well, if he just learns everything, that means somebody did it before. Simpler. That means he's not responsible for it. I mean, that's what you call it, get out and get jail free card. That is what you call it, fucking get out of jail free card, bitch. Anything I'm into, I do. I learned it somewhere. I pretty much can mimic the things I see. Simple, innit? That's why they flood my social media with certain things. That's really why they do it. Innit? That's why they flood my social media with certain things. Because somebody has noticed, innit, like whatever I see I can mimic. Yeah, somebody definitely has noticed. I've always been like that. It's nothing new. Innit? I've always been like that. Like anything, any stories you've ever heard about me, it's because it's what I see, innit? Like, they used to say children live what they learn, innit? And if you look at it, it's very true in my context. Innit? People do live what they learn. If I watch somebody do something, it would be more strange for me not to be able to do exactly what I saw. Like, I'm technically I'm what you call a visual learner. Like people like me who don't normally do well in school on paper because in school they don't teach you visually, they teach you like what's it called? They teach auditory, or whatever they want to call it. They basically talk in school. So years ago I said I won't go to university. Well, everybody probably was up in arms. Oh! Everybody was probably up in arms. Well, we're talking about myself because university wouldn't be the right thing for me, innit? Because I wouldn't sit down and listen to what they're saying. I mean, like people like me, we are usually called troublemakers in class because guess what? What the teacher is saying bears no interest to us. Come and put some goddamn spiral electronic rod in front of me doing some weird shit. And yeah, you get my attention. You're the devil. I want to hear that. There's somebody that's gonna be like this at me. I ain't listening. But if you come and put something in front of me, then I'll look at it, I'll be interested in it. Because I remember when I started to work at McDonald's, yeah, and I started picking up things really quick, innit? At the time, I didn't really pay much attention to it. I just know that's how I was. But sometimes you'll be busy in the shop or in McDonald's, and I'm doing like four people's jobs, innit? Because it just came easy, you get me, innit? Because they put me on different stations, and basically I learned all the stations, and I was able to do it all at once. And I'll be cooking the fucking burgers, toasting the buns. Obviously, it's no big achievement, but it's what you call multitasking, innit? I'm very good at that. So I'll be doing the burgers, getting the buns, doing all of it. At a very fast pace, you get me, you know. And sometimes, to be honest, sometimes I would get tired, but I find them things exciting, innit? I don't like to use the word adrenaline junkie because these cunts will probably start claiming that I'm taking adrenaline and I'm addicted to it. So I've got to be careful of them sort of associations. Innit? I'm a thrill seeker, you get me? Innit? fast stuff, like anything that's fast, I'm into it. Fast cars, fast bikes, bullets, rockets. That's just me, innit? I like shit that move fast, innit? Me loving guns isn't because I'm some maniac, murderous fucking fuck. It's because I like shit that move. I like engineering and shit that move with power, innit? I like mechanical shit. I mean, and obviously they're lying to the people claiming certain things, you know. The reality is not that. Just like anything that's tied to mechanical stuff. I mean, like I tell you, there it goes. It just won't control the ball. Just won't control the ball. But that's me, innit? I love cars, love bikes, love guns, love ships. I mean, the bigger the better you get me, innit? Because it's just how I am. I like things that has speed and power, innit? Faster it is, the more I like it. It's just who I am, innit? Sometimes I'd be sat there and obviously I now know I was being watched the whole time, innit? But I try to see how fast I could do something, you get me, innit? I mean, I didn't know that people were paying that much attention to me. But I used to sit there and see how fast I could actually do something. I'd secretly like be like testing myself against the other people, yeah. So me one on this line, and I'm seeing how fast I can clear the orders on the screen. Well, it's not like I tell anybody, I just secretly do it, innit? But sometimes they like with other people on the line is more than one of them, and I clear my whole screen before they even do it. Then I don't realize that they be watching the whole time, did it? What they say I was doing, God knows, don't matter. But that's what I was doing. I was just testing myself against them. I'm basically a speed demon, and if you want to look at it like that, my demonic possession is it loves fucking speed, but it likes to go fast. I mean, I always try. That's what I try to do, and I realize it makes sense because I can't go fast. And my love of guns is nothing to do with killing. They would make it out like that. It's nothing to do with that. It's just how fast the shit works, you know? Quicker it goes, or the more noise it makes. That's just who I am. Dude. Everybody out there say, "Oh, he doesn't like the British, America, this America." That." Not necessarily true. British people and the British society like small gadgets. America like big fucking shit. You get me, innit? So you see one of them 4x4s in America. It's bigger than your house. You get me, in. In England, they tend to like more smaller stuff, innit? Because this is a spy nation by its very definition. They like spy gadgets and shit. Innit? You know what I mean, I like big fucking sniper rifles, blood. I mean, that's what I like, blood. Like humongous sniper rifles. I mean, not because I'm some bloodthirsty guy. To me, them shit just excite me. You get me? I mean, some man out there probably have to take Viagra, but put a fucking engine in front of me and a goddamn sniper rifle. Your daughter be walking lean for 1,000 years, but that's my Viagra, but some people are used to. Some people like things that risk their lives. What they call adrenaline junkies and stuff like that. People like that do. People like me do exist. What they see as reckless or reckless behavior is not reckless at all. It's only reckless when you can't do it. You put yourself at risk because you can't do something. But after growing up, I realized I was probably one of the quickest people in school and even in my own community. You get me? I was probably one of the fastest people like running wise. I played cricket as a kid. Anybody that knows cricket, they used to have would know about who Courtney Walsh was. Like, yeah, like Courtney was Shanda Paul, Brian Lara. I've even met people like that. I didn't really think it wasn't something I was digging. I just could do it, so I did it for a bit. And that's it. Got bored of that. And I get bored of things really easy because I tend to, I guess, in my head, master it. Innit? So jack of all trade, master of none. That's me. Innit? Get bored of things after a while. Probably the reason why I still play FIFA to this day is because guess what? They made it so overly difficult. Probably that, innit? They made it overly difficult, so it just became one of them things that I won't stop till I beat it. When I beat it, then I retire it like everything. And that's just who I am. In their pursuit and their goal to destroy me, I figured out myself. I guess they were trying to use me against myself and to destroy me. But I ended up figuring out why I'm like that because I've never really think about it. I like shit, yeah. I like shit like Japanese shit. I like all that flicking around and bumming off shit. That's me, innit? I mean, most people would meet me and think I'm a boring guy. I don't really let everybody in on who I am, innit? Because people are haters, they get me, innit? And I'm not even being funny. People are actually haters. I used to know this guy from school called Blake. Yeah? Now, we was in primary school. Blake could like, Blake could flick off every fucking thing in this world. But, I remember there's this mischievous guy from Manchester. He used to be like that as well, innit? I don't really see him anymore, innit? Like, he used to do it all the time, innit? So flicking around. Blake was like that, innit? I even remember, like, I see Blake do some shit. I'd be terrified to try that. I'm looking at this guy. I used to look at him in amazement, bro. Thinking, how does this guy do that? Guy could just run and flick off any fucking thing he felt like. And we were only like young, innit? I've never been jealous of anyone, but like, never will be, innit? I like when people can do shit, you get me, innit? I'm not a hater, but I like when people can do shit and I give credit where credit due. If I think you're sick at something, I'll entertain it, innit? I'll enjoy it, innit? I don't sit there thinking, I wish I could do that. That's why half of you might never do anything. Instead of trying to do something for yourself or doing what you saw, you're trying to stop other people from doing what they can do. You man must be miserable. You man loves to live a miserable life. Because I usually think, oh, I can do that. And if I do it, I do it. If I don't do it, I try to do it. And when I fail at doing it, I can't see that you are the better man. You get it? It's simple as that. When I fail at doing it, I can see that that person is the better one there, really. And it's mutual respect at that point. Isn't it? I mean, I show people respect, man. Well, I never get the courtesy. I always get hate and like people always trying to stop me from doing things. But Blake, I don't even know where Blake is. I've not seen Blake since primary school. Like in the middle, we used to in the middle of the school compound. There was like a stage where they used to do everything. Lunchtime, Blake was sick. Man. Blake was always flicking off and doing like shit you see in Power Rangers and Dragon Ball Z and shit. That's what Blake's doing. And that. Crazy. I think I'm terrified to try things like that. I'm thinking, how did this guy even know he could do that? You get me? I guess people's brains work different, innit? In his head, his brain just made sense of what he saw and then he just was able to do it, innit? I guess that's how it works, innit? If you make sense of it in your head, it's just something you can do, innit? But Blake was mad, innit? I don't know what ever happened to him. I remember that, like lunchtime, like, we always just sit down and watch Blake doing some sick shit. Most you can do, I could do is one cartwheel on your one hand or something like that. Blake's just running off, flicking off, fucking everything. Blake was Spider-Man, like, literally. I remember it like it was yesterday, literally like Spider-Man. In Jamaica, there's a lot of talented people out there, but I guess we didn't win the lotto of where we were born, innit? I guess plays a massive impact on us. You can see why we kind of are the way we are. Man. We did not win the lotto. Because even this guy called Chad, like if he was born here, he would have been a professional footballer. In my opinion, one of the best footballers we ever see. Chad was like, he was young as well, we were all young, and he was like Ronaldinho when he was young. Like, shit that he does, man, shit you see in FIFA Street. You know? And I used to sit there as a kid and look at him and think, like, yo, our lives are pretty much unfair, innit? I mean, because how does nobody know about this guy? But I always say to him, like, how you not? And he probably doesn't even play football that much anymore. And sometimes in life, I feel like things are beaten out of us because there's no opportunity for us. You know? I reckon he doesn't even play football that much. He doesn't even play professional football. And I reckon that's where he ended up now. He's one of them ones in life. You know? And to this day, I've never seen anybody that plays the game like that kid. You know? Yeah, Ronaldinho is the closest thing you'd ever see to. Like, mad that he didn't monetize it. It's crazy, isn't it? Sad world, really. Isn't it? That's what I mean. That's what I take him on personal. That's what I take it. You know, I take this shit personal as it gets. Because I've seen many a man that with talents in this world, just because where we are born turn out to nothing, you know. Mm. Just because where we are born we turn out to nothing. Just because where we are born we turn out to nothing. Hey, what's up? Literally, I remember, I can tell you about some people I've met in my life. And you think, how is this guy not known by the whole world? And it's crazy if I could see their lives how it turned out. Mm. Mm. My life, I'll never make sure my life never gets to that. Right? I don't care what nobody says. I'll never let that happen to me. Bro. Never. The world will know who I am one fucking way or the other. But never die. Never being known for what I can do. You get me? Never will happen to me. I'm sure everybody knows about me. Whether for a good reason or a bad reason, really doesn't matter. And they say, was it no? I say, well, they say no exposure is bad exposure or some shit like that. But me, I give people props and credit when they do. Blake, Blake could have been one of them movie stuntmen, but like, it was outrageous things that he could do. Charlie, I tell you, as a kid, it was like watching Ronaldinho play. But like how we see Neymar, that's what it was like watching Charlie play. But I mean, I'm a very good tackler of the football. I'm very good, like I say, me I can anticipate stuff. It's all because of him. It's really down to him, man. If I'm being honest, it's really down to him. That guy used to embarrass me. Like, I'm telling you, I put the ball over my head and making me at the same time. I was determined that I must come to an end. Yeah, literally, I set a goal on it. Made it a top priority. Man. I will put an end to that. made it a top priority of mine. Eventually, it made sense. It worked out. Mm. Literally, Shadi, really a top priority. Like, this guy would stop fucking megging me for time. And eventually, I started to understand certain things and how certain things work. Realizing I can use my body against people and put myself between the body and the ball and all that. Eventually, worked it out for me. As we got older and older, and he was still very good. He only got better, but I ensure that when he sees me, he has to pass that ball and he has to do that to other people, not me. Make sure that at the end, you do that to somebody else, but not me. Uh, I am a very good tackler of the ball, very good at anticipating, because that's what I did. Sat there and I thought, I ain't doing that to me. Bro. I remember this time, one time, yeah, I am running at him, and I don't know, he must have pointed like in the other direction or something in. I looked, and by the time I looked, bro, the ball was between my legs. Everyone laughed. I thought, yeah, I'm never doing that again, man. I decided that was it. I ain't sure that you have to stop doing that. I don't care what you do to anybody else, but you ain't doing that to me. Oh, yeah, it was very good. I met some people who are very good at stuff. And even as a young boy, even you're very young, I understood that they were very good at what they did. Well, I never allowed that to happen to me. Everybody will know who I am one way or the other. I know what I can do. I don't care if it's a bad reason or a good reason. I don't care if it's malicious or nefarious. But I ain't going through this world not being known for what I can do. You know what I mean? I don't. I'm not gonna say it's fair or not fair. Some of us just didn't win the lotto. You know? You get me? I've never hated on anyone for anything they've had. Never. I either tell myself that I can do that too, or I clap them and applaud them for what they can do. You know, so about it for me. But some man out here, some man a boxy boy, but some man just hate us, my friend. I mean, or brother, or bro. Some man hate us. Some man jealous. Instead of going find what they are good at, they sit down and watch you fucking every day. I mean, how they must live miserable lives. They really must. It only makes sense that they live miserable lives. It really makes sense that they spend their whole time watching somebody else, whether they get paid for it or not, doing what they love and doing what they can do. I mean, because you have people out there who are like inventors, they don't get paid for it, but every weekend they're sat in their fucking sheds making something, but just because they like doing it. Innit? I mean, when I go to the fucking mechanics and that, whatever I'm getting done to the car, I'm trying to look at what they're doing, but I mean, I'm trying to see what they're doing and how they do it. You get me? Innit? I'm trying to figure it out because why not? Innit? My priority is not to just pay you and let you prosper in life. That's not my priority. Bro. My priority is to learn things that I want to learn and get me in. What's my priority? I don't care what you do in this world, bro. But if I like it, I'm gonna figure it out, bro. That's why I love YouTube and that's why I watch mainly YouTube. Because at any point I want, I can watch anything. As when I was younger and that, I used to watch like National Geographic and history shit and engineering stuff. So that's how I learn. Innit? Any teacher that met me probably would have told you a bag of things about me. I'm always sat at the back of the class because I ain't gonna learn nothing from them. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna learn nothing from them. Not because I'm some troublemaker or destined to be a problem to society. It's just who I am, innit? I sit at the back of the class, and those who sit at the front, they learn that way, innit? Because there's a kid called Carlos. Yo, they used to give Carlos fucking hell, bro. They used to give Carlos hell, man. Because Carlos was one of them people. He could learn. He was smart too, but he could learn from like being told, didn't it? And they used to give Carlos hell. We call Carlos Gordon. Yeah. They used to give him fucking hell. I'd be lying to say I didn't play a part in it. I'd be lying to say I didn't. I never hated him. It was just the thing to do, isn't it? It's just what we did. We just give Carlos hell. Bro. I remember this teacher. Yeah. Yo, she used to always like give me like always like singling me out. So I don't know if they've got that over here, but we used to have this thing called Teachers' Day, innit? Yeah. So Teachers' Day is like how your Mother's Day, teacher, blah blah. Teachers who you like, whatever. So on Teachers' Day, obviously you appreciate your teachers, isn't it? But this woman, she used to always pick at me, but always. I don't know why. I couldn't explain why. But in her class, I just sit at the back of the class, but then say nothing. And she knows I'm not paying attention to what she's doing. I'm there scribbling or drawing or or daydreaming, something. Innit? She just always tried to single me out. So I thought, what I'm gonna do to you? I started counting the days for Teachers' Day. Yeah, I was in first one. Yeah. Like so, you people call it year 7 over here. Innit? So it's basically you first go to high school. That's it. So we call it first one. Yeah. So she's always singling me out, always singling me out. I thought, alright. Instead of getting angry at you, instead of not turning up to class, I just sat there and was patiently waiting, and it came to Teachers' Day. So obviously, Carlos bought her a nice gift and that. I was like, yeah, man, build her up to me. I just built her up to destroy her again. Yo, Carlos bought her nice because guess what? Carlos was smart, like, can't deny it. He was a bit feminine and that. He was one of them type, But he was quite clever. He always used to got good grades and that. Obviously, as his life, innit? Like, you get me. But the teacher used to always piss me off, like, always trying to single me out. I'm not there minding my own business, innit? Because that's really who I am. I tend to mind my own business. Yeah? And obviously, her teaching style was not conducive to me, innit? You know what I mean? Like, pretty much it wasn't interesting, I didn't find it interesting the way she taught, innit? Yeah? And I started counting the days for Teachers' Day. You know what I did to that teacher? Yo, I went out and I bought a present. And I bought not a present, I bought wrapping paper. I bought this fancy red wrapping paper, most wrapping paper, the common color on wrapping paper is actually red. So there was no context to it more than it's just common, Yeah, so I bought this wrapping paper, and what I did? I got grass and a big stone in it. So like how they say Santa give bad kids coal for Christmas. So when you're naughty and the naughty list, you get coal. So obviously I watched movies and I thought of it. And I thought, alright. So I got pure grass and I put a stone in there so she felt like it was heavy. You know what I mean? She probably thinking like, what is this? You know what I mean? Because so the stone just gave it a bit of weight, so she probably thought something good was in there. I gave it to her, I put it on her table. I said, "Hey, Miss, here you go. Happy Teachers' Day." And when she opened that, when she opened that woman has never forgiven me. And probably to this day, she hates me. That's what she gets for fucking singling me out, innit? I don't like that, blood. Like, I don't do that to people, and I don't want nobody to do that to me, innit? I gave her the attention she deserved. She singled me out. I sat there patiently waiting, bro. This was my first year of high school. started patiently waiting for her. And that stone in there, she felt that was good because I made sure I put effort in wrapping that bitch in. Yeah, I wrapped it so good, blood. And she's like, "Oh, Colin, I can't believe." Better believe it. She deserved it. She deserved it. Yeah, I mean, uh, she had her chance. She had her choice, and she had her chance to, just obviously she had a choice to try and to understand the type of person I am. She chose not to, whatever fucking reason she did. She did. And so I rewarded her. She got what she deserved. That's how I see life, innit? Like, I don't just jump, I'm not a compulsive person. Very much. I'm not. The people who want to label me and such, I'm not compulsive in the slightest. If you see me do something that you think is a bad thing, I won't do it to everybody. That person that I did that to, trust me, they did something to me that you might not have noticed or gave a shit about, but they deserved it, in my opinion. And boy, did she deserve that. She hated me ever since. Because when the end of the year, when we left, obviously the summer break, she was like, "I'm so glad." It was like, "I'm so glad." I was like, "What you glad for?" She was like, "Oh, I'm so glad." I was like, "Yeah, yeah." Well, oh, yeah, she was an English teacher. She was. I can't remember her name, but she was an English teacher. There have been some teachers through my lifetime that had fucking like they tried to make my life hell, but I'll always return the favor. It's just who I am, innit? It's an eye for an eye, innit? I've been that way since a childhood. I don't care who you are. It always will be an eye for an eye, but I'll be like that till I die. No matter what you do or try to do to me, I'll do it back to you, and I feel no way about it. I don't trouble people. Like, I don't go around messing with people. I don't start arguments. I don't start trouble with nobody. But if you start troubling with me, I don't care who you are. I don't care what you believe you are and what you do, whether for a job. I don't care what kind of person you believe you are. Trust me, I'll do it back and I feel no way about it. As a matter of fact, you'd be not even a memory. She was a funny one though. Definitely was a good one. I remember her, innit? And I think I wrote cow on the paper as well. Yeah, I swear to God, like, just to look at her face. If that woman could kill me there, she would have. I just laughed at you. I was like, yeah. I said nothing. I just laughed and said nothing. Just like I was doing before, I just said nothing. And every time I turn up to class, she's like, "You're not coming in there. You're not coming in there." Mm. We used to have this guy called Phantom. He was called the Dean of Discipline. He was like a white guy, innit? Like, obviously, he lived in Jamaica. Phantom was looking for me. Every day I come to school, I'm like, "Don't let Phantom see it." Phantom was alright. It didn't really bother anybody. Obviously, with the D and discipline, so obviously it does what it does, doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, it was cool. He used to drive this like cream this VW Beetle. Yeah, he used to drive this cream one. And his house, I don't know if he bought that house, owned that house, but his house was literally on the school compound, like right next door to the school, literally next door to the school. So it's just mad how I don't even know how that even worked out, how he got that done. But where he was is the only house there. It's crazy when you look back at it. So I just go with Pele. But anyway, innit, yeah. I remember him, Phantom. Yo, Phantom was looking for me. I was like, "Yo, Phantom, your name might be Phantom, but I'm the real Phantom. You ain't never see me." One day I looked around. This was like the next year, innit? So I avoided him for a whole year, but like fucking next year, innit? And like I'm sat there like yeah, I'm polishing my shoes, innit? Because like we used to do that at the end of school. Like we'd polish her shoes and wash her face and basically yeah, that's just how it was in the culture. Innit? Yeah, making sure our shirts are like seamless and no crushing. Yo, we look better leaving school than coming to school. Put it like that. Yo, and I just remember looking and I saw these shoes, innit? And in my head, I'm thinking like, yo, who for shoes that? And I know none of the man them not wearing shoes like that. Yo, I just bought it off because I knew right away who it was. So I'm running off now, laughing. I can see. I don't think Phantom thought I was a bad person. It's funny. He's one of them ones, isn't it? Like I don't even know if he remembers me to this day. Obviously, you see thousands of kids. Innit? But I reckon he probably because what you do is just always smile, innit? Because you see me, I'm gladly here. I could just look back at him, and see him smiling, innit? Like in his head, he's thinking, I'll catch you, innit? I've hated Phantom for the whole school year, but years through school, and yeah, it was obviously she went and told the teachers and the principal, innit? And obviously they went and told Phantom. Innit? The thing is, I think he thought it was a game himself, innit? I think he was playing the game, innit? But realistically, he could have just come and stand up at the school gate and wait for me, innit? But it was one of them weird ones, innit? It's like I've never spoken to him, like we've never had a conversation ever. It's just one of them ones, innit? Like I realized that like for being a discipline, he's one of them people. He's not just gonna come out there and exercise his authority and you just he weren't like that. Innit? He was a good boy, one of them good ones. Innit? You have some teachers that just want to fuck around with you just because they can, innit? But you rarely see Phantom like caning anybody because that's what they used to call it, innit? Caning. Innit? Yeah, that's exactly what they used to call it, caning. But he really does it, innit? Like, so when you see Phantom caning someone, you know that they did something. You get me? I mean, I used to just laugh at it. I mean, Phantom caning somebody because it's literal. Like, if you go and look what a Phantom is, it's really like it's like a ghost in it. You get me in it. Like, my man's just ghosting around the school, and you don't see him until it's too late. That was Phantom for you. You don't see him until it's too late. By the time you look around, you're feeling some whip because he didn't hit you like he didn't hit you to hurt you. He wouldn't hit you in your back or he wouldn't do nothing like he always hit your legs. It was one of them type of them things did happen out there. And we was all cool with it and that it weren't just how it went. But like I always used to see him doing certain things and think to myself, you're not a bad person, innit? Like you're not trying to actually hurt people or it weren't like that. Because like I said, he would never stand up at the gate, innit? And if he does come and stand up at the gate, he's just one of them type of man. He's not gonna just stand up at the gate waiting to just catch you and whip you, innit? Like he wouldn't do that. I think he played as much of a game as we as children did in school, and he made it into a game. Innit? I really do think he did that. Innit? Like, I think he was clever. Innit? And he wouldn't like I said, the easiest thing to do would just stand up at the school gate and do it. But I don't know why he wouldn't do that. He never does. And when he's there, all that happens is everyone goes shit Phantoms at the gate. Everyone makes sure that their kerchiefs tucked in, their shirts tucked in. And that's it, innit? He just stands there. And we all respected him, innit? Because, like I said, we didn't feel like he was doing it because he could, innit? Everyone respected Phantom. And Phantom was a white guy. He had like proper blonde hair and everything. Proper blonde hair. Remember Phantom? To me, he was just like playing as much of a game with us as we were with him, innit? Because obviously it's an all boys school, innit? And that's the thing, innit? Because obviously he's a man himself, innit? He obviously gets it like he was a kid as well, innit? You know what I mean? Not one of them old bitter people, you get me? Innit? You know, people get old and they get bitter, innit? You weren't like that, innit? Like you weren't just out there punishing everybody as soon as just when Phantom searches for you, yeah, we all knew you did something. Just we all knew you did something when Phantom searching for you. And he's so sneaky though, like he'd catch people in the weirdest ways. Cause at the back of the school, we used to have like this little medic room, like little nurse room where they had like a dentist and stuff. Like it leads from like where we have like what's that, fifth form block. You go on the little bridge thing at fifth form block, and then you pass the nursing. It's like a little alley looking thing. It's not really an alley, but that's the best way to describe it. Not like you people have alley here, but it's sort of similar like that. And behind there, you used to have like the people the maintenance people. Some of them lived on the school, yeah. And a guy called Dolphy. So we used to always go to Dolphy and buy bun and cheese. And I don't even know if he was meant to do that, but we all did it anyway. Everybody knew it went on, whatever. And I can't remember who it was. But Phantom was after somebody in it. And as soon as we all got there, yeah, we don't even know where Phantom came from. Like we don't even know how he got there. But this guy is as if he was a puff of smoke. Blood. Yeah, man, there was a puff of smoke. Blood. He would just appear up in it, like dead quiet and that. And he really, I reckon half of the people that passed through that school have never heard him spoke. But as I'm saying, it's just weird how he was in it. Like, none of us was like scared of him, in my personal opinion. We all respected him because, like I said, he wouldn't go out of his way to do certain things. He literally made it a game in it, like, oh, I'm gonna catch you, so I take you in. You know, you get caught, you get caught, yeah, he just, you know, what I mean, whips you a bit in it, but he wouldn't like just continue. Like, he was just weird in it. I did like Phantom. He was alright in it. Like what he did to me made sense in it. You get me in it. Like he just made sense to me. Innit? Other people probably have their different opinions of him, but to me, how he was made sense. Like he would just chill and he smiled. He does smile a lot, but definitely he always smiles. Because I think he purposely tried not to be an intimidating figure. He tried to come across just disciplined. Yeah? You know what I mean? So some of us will just sit there and watch Phantom whip with their ass and just laugh at them. Phantom never caught me once. Never. I'll tell you, I'm quick blood. Like yeah, I spent 5 years at school and never caught me one. But I did rate Phantom. There's certain teachers I didn't like. And like there was no coming back for that. I mean, and that was it. And everybody knew that was going on. I just didn't like them. I wouldn't go to their classes. I wouldn't nothing. And they'll see me. You should be in class. They'll kiss me teeth and gun, but uh, to be honest, certain teachers. I used to have this teacher called Mr. Lynch. He was like a metalwork teacher. Like we all rated him, and he's just one of them guys. Like, sometimes he try to talk to me. I'm like, sir, but he's like, yo, stop telling about sir. And I'm like, fuck it, sir, I'll go class it. And then he didn't have to hit anybody or nothing. Every now and again he would, but he didn't really have to. Like I said there's certain ways of dealing with people, isn't it? Like, I mean, respect is respect. Even though we were children and he was the adult, he never made us feel like we must do what he says, isn't it? Because we'll just all fight back against him, innit? And then he'll obviously lose. Innit? But it's just one of them ones, isn't it? There's certain teachers there I was alright. So Lynch, everybody that rate me so Lynch. He was like the metalwork teacher. Like, so Lynch would fuck off and go about his business, literally doing class. And like, oh, here's the metal, and we draw something on the board, and we all needed to make it. And like, we all just did it, innit? Like, get me in it. It worked. It's just weird, innit? Like, you have some teachers just get me in it. They understand the children. And obviously, these are men, innit? Women teachers were a bit, I feel like they had to go a bit harder because they think the females, innit? But the men teachers didn't have to do that. I think it's just one of them things, innit? Like, they were boys too, you get me? And they understand that. Like, it's the old saying, boys will be boys, innit? It was like Phantom was one of them. Mr. Lynch was one of them. Quite a few of them. Uh, they didn't have to put on any over aggressive like front or nothing. Sometimes they'll see you doing certain things and come to you silently and say it to you, innit? And that's just how it is, innit? Sometimes you don't even realize what you're doing. You're doing something fucked up. He obviously sees, and sometimes he literally keeps so many of us out of trouble. It's unbelievable. Literally good, isn't it? You can keep pair of us out of trouble from getting kicked out of school and shit like that. You're like, yo, you can't do that. Let anybody see you. But I remember, like, I can't remember what I was doing, man. And I probably wouldn't say what I was doing. I was like, yo, you can't do that. I was like, yo, sir, ray. It's like, yo, but you know what they're gonna say. You know? I was like, yeah. It's just like, yo, give it to me. And so whatever it was, I can't remember. I gave it to him, and I don't know what the fuck he did with it, but he gave it to him. And he's like, yo, just go to class, man. He's like, oh, come and see me after school, innit? So I went there and I sat there and chatting with him and that. He would literally leave the keys to us and that, innit? Like, that's the type of teacher he wasn't. Like, me and them teachers got on, like, clever, innit? We weren't doing what we wanted. And because out of respect for him, and he didn't treat us like boys, innit? You know what I mean? He treated us like we were equals, innit? We obviously know we weren't equals. Mr. Lynch was like 6'4", blood, like massive black guy, innit? Like, tall, innit? It's like none of us could violate him if we really wanted to. Trust me, it'd fuck us up, but it's just one of them ones, innit? It's like, yeah, he didn't feel the need to intimidate, innit? Like, he was dead calm and chilled, innit? Like, crack jokes with us, it's like, he was just like an easygoing guy, innit? And we all did our work, we all fucked around. And he wouldn't say nothing. Obviously, it gets to a level and he's like, says what he's saying, innit? We pretty much all did what we did, innit? And he never made trouble for no one. He never kicked nobody out of class because he never had a reason to. It was like a boys' club in his classroom, innit? Because obviously metal work, innit? Remember, he used to gave us this little metal thing once, and there was no real reason for it. I think he couldn't be asked that day, and he thought, you know what, let's give them this fucking piece of metal and just have them shaving down. We were shaving down this metal for time, like, for no reason at all. Like, we're just in there making all sort of random shit. We'll put like metal together and make like metal guns and all sort of shit. But there was this picture. I don't even know where that picture went to this day. But we were all in class, like all of us in class. We all had like bandanas around our faces, like it was bare of us, innit? We all took like a massive group picture. It was Mr. Lynch who took the picture, innit? We all made like these fucking pipe looking guns, we all like these big metal pipes in our hands. Like, he got it, innit? We're just kids, innit? You know what I mean? I don't even know where that picture went. I don't even know who has that picture to this day. We all had bare different color bandanas tied around our faces like masks and all that. But I say there's certain ways to deal with people like me, innit? And if you fight against me and I think I've done nothing wrong, I'll fight back with it. I don't care, innit? Well, obviously he understood, innit? Because like I say, people from all walks of life came to the school, innit? And I know Mr. Lynch was no pussy. He weren't afraid. He weren't afraid of any of us. He weren't. And I think that's why it made sense, innit? Like, he weren't afraid of us. Because like I said, none of us could do anything to Mr. Lynch whether we wanted to or not. It was humongous. And I really think people are bigger than me, but it was like 6'3", 6'4". It was big, innit? It was huge. But it was just dead cool, innit? He used to have this little keychain on his